What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. Today I have a pretty cool video for you. I'm going to show you my new bike. I picked up a 2021 Husqvarna TE300i TPI. Yes, a lot of people have opinions about these bikes just because it's a new system. It's only been around for a few years. People just don't trust it. You know, we're all used to the two-stroke carbureted bikes, and we're used to the problems that they have, the constant cleaning of the carburetor, all that type of stuff, and we just got used to it. And then this new technology came out, and nobody really wants to, or I should say a lot of people have jumped into it, but a lot of the other people that have opinions, they don't want to, and I was part of that group. Then I just started doing more research. You know, a lot of people put a lot of hours on these bikes, and they honestly don't have a lot of like bad or really big issues. Just small things, just like on the carbureted side. So no matter what side you're on, there are issues, you're gonna run into them, but I was convinced, and my buddy was selling this bike. I bought it off of him. He also has a 300 XCW. I rode that and I'm like, I gotta have a 300. So picked this one up, and today I'm just kind of gonna show you this thing, show you what's all done to it. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. So let me show you. All right, here she is, 2021 Husqvarna TE300i. So I love it. I honestly really like it. Originally I was looking for a KTM, but like I said, my buddy had this one, was ready to go. And yeah, the biggest thing that, you know, the biggest difference between this bike and the KTM's is that linkage right there. But my old bike had a linkage system, so honestly, I don't really feel a difference, at least in that aspect. And then the other biggest, I guess this is kind of the downside on this bike, is this subframe. It is a composite subframe. They are known to break, depends on how you fall, or if you loop out or anything like that. So that is one downside, but you know, took the risk, so we'll see what that does for me here in the future. So I'm kind of going to go over this thing, I guess maybe top to bottom, front to back, I don't know, and show you all around. All right, so moving from the front here, the front forks have been revalved. They have been worked on by our Moto Perfected here in Michigan, and Rui is his name. He knows what he's doing. He put in the K-Tech suspension kit in here, got everything revalved, and just using the stock spring. So anyway, awesome suspension. Check them out. I will have them down in the description below, so you can check that out. All right, moving to the handlebars here, I have these handguards here. These are the Highway Dirt Bikes Ultimate Handguards. These things are amazing. I have a video on these on how to install them. I will also have that link down in the description so you can check it out, or it'll be on the screen so you can click on it. But anyways, these things are beefcakes. They do not come off. I have fallen on these things so many times. They do not move, and as you can see here, you will get this central clamp here, and then everything is going to be attached to it. So instead of having something attached right here, it's all here in the center, and it's much more, you know, it's very sturdy, very durable. And these flags right here, you can pick any color you want. Those are listed in his website as well. Okay, so moving on to the clutch lever. So right here, I have some Midwest Mountain Engineering clutch lever and brake lever, as you can see right there. These things are amazing. I feel like these are probably the best levers that you can get if you're doing any type of hard enduro, trail riding, whatever it is. These are awesome. And just the way that they're designed at this pivot point, it's a one-finger use. The clutch pull is a lot lighter. It's comfortable. You can just see how thick they are. I'd say that's about an inch or so. Some people say that they're a little bit slippery, but I do know some people that put hockey tape on these, and the grip becomes, you know, super good, you know, if you ever get a little sweaty or you ride in the rain. But anyways, these things are awesome. Check them out. I will have it down in the description. Put an order in. These are definitely worth it. All right, so moving on to the radiators. What I have here are some Enduro Engineering radiator guards. These things are awesome for the price point, and they just provide really good protection. And as you can see here, they're actually pretty thick. A lot of people complain that they might be a little bit flimsy, but I don't know. I have not had any issues with these things. I really like them. They do wrap around the radiator on this side, so if you do tip over, it's going to protect your radiator so you don't have any punctures or, you know, bends in your radiator. Also, another thing that I have put on my bike is that Tusk cylinder flange or whatever it's called. So if I ever do smack my pipe, I do not break my cylinder or chip it or any type of way. That should protect it. Okay, so moving on to this side, I bought this protector right here. It's a billet aluminum protector from Tusk. It's really good. The one that was on here before was plastic, so if you ever get a stick in here, which is going to go into the throttle body here, and then you can do some damage. So this thing was definitely needed, and I like the color. Looks really good. Tusk makes some pretty good products. I like it. Also tucked away here, I do have my little battery tender just in case I ever need to. But it is a lithium battery, so technically I don't have to have it on a tender all the time. Honestly, I had it off the tender here most of the time in the winter, and I never needed to charge it. But just in case, I do have it. Forgot to mention, I did drain the coolant whenever I got the bike, and currently I just put some engine ice inside, and I think it was just a stock coolant that was in there, so I just decided to drain it, flush it, and put in some fresh coolant. So moving on to the tires, wheels. These are Geomax MX33s. It's a 18-inch setup, and there are moose bibs inside here, which I really like. I believe it's just the normal moose. It's not the plushie. So front and back, I do have them installed, but I feel like this one's starting to get a little bit worn out. You can see that. So right here, the lip of the tire is kind of getting pushed inside the rim, versus like on this side, you can actually see the bead right there, but on this side you cannot. So I think it's time to replace this rear moose, but I might get a few more rides out of it, but I think it's gonna be time. All right, so moving on to the wheels here. I just forgot to mention this before, but these are DID Dirt Star wheels. Apparently these are one of the best ones that you can get for your bike, no matter what application it's for. But so far so good. I have yet to ever damage a rim anyway on an 18-inch wheel, but these things are pretty nice. Okay, so jumping back over to this side, there is a little tiny fuel filter that sits right here. There's a little like push button right here that you press that, and then your fuel line comes apart. There's a tiny little fuel filter and an O-ring. I did replace that. You're supposed to replace it every 80 hours or so, but I just wanted to get it over with, and I got that done. All right, so moving on to the right side of the bike, there's really nothing done on this side except for this fan. It's a Tusk fan. This is my second Tusk fan. I had one on my old bike, and now there's one on this one. And honestly, they're really good. I mounted the gauge right there. I kind of had to shift everything around just because of these Enduro Engineering guards. But anyways, really nice, super easy to use, with the click of a button. So right now it's set up to 195. If you want to change it, just hold it, and then you can keep clicking it to change the temperature. I do have a video of how to install these things on a KTM. I will have that link down in the description below if you want to check that out. But anyway, yeah, really nice fan. Parts are super cheap. If something breaks, you can just go ahead on Rocky Mountain and order yourself whatever you need. They have it. Okay, moving on to the skid plate. So I have an AXP. You can see their logo right there. I will have it linked down in the description. Awesome skid plates. I believe these things are made in Europe. Check them out. Probably some of the best skid plates that you can get. And this is all one piece, which is super nice. I know Cherbys makes a skid plate. It's pretty much a two-piece, and you just attach it here in the middle. But they're very thin, flimsy. I've had it on my old bike. Honestly, when I hit a log, it literally just flies off the bike, and it's done. So these things, zero issues. Best skid plates in the game. All right, so talking about issues that these TPIs actually have. It's going to be this crank pressure sensor. So there's actually two of them. They're identical, but this is the ambient temperature one. It sits right here. And then there's one more. It's going to be really hard to show, but anyways, it sits up in that tray, and it reads the crank pressure inside of your engine, and they, for some reason, just go bad. And yes, I already had to replace it, but when I bought the bike, my buddy didn't know that it needed to be replaced. But anyways, they were only $42. I replaced it, and the bike runs super smooth. The issue that it has is pretty much on the low end. If you're lugging, it kind of has like a little bit of a sputtering that goes on, but I replaced it and sputtering is gone, and we're back in business. But anyway, so that's just a little bit of an overview on this bike. Like I said, I love this thing. I love the suspension, especially that front. If you are really interested, contact Rui, our Moto Perfected. You can find him on Instagram. Like I said, I'll have him linked down, and you can check him out. He does a really good job, and I feel like he is priced very fairly. And one of the best things about this bike is this electric start. Yes, it does not have a kicker, but you can still put one in. I think the 23 KTMs, Huskies, they no longer have this. So you cannot put a kickstart on the newer bikes, but on these old ones, you still can. But honestly, I have not had any issues. They just start right up, and I don't have to keep it on the battery tender. So that makes me super happy. So overall, This is my new bike. I'm gonna be posting some videos, some riding videos of this thing. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys like it. All right, so that is the bike. Hope you guys like it. Let me know what kind of bike you have. What's your setup? What's your go-to oil, your favorite coolant, your favorite tires? Like what all do you have done to your bike, and why do you like it like that? I'm just curious. Everybody has their own opinion, their own setups. So yeah, comment down below. My favorite 2 or 3 things about this bike is the suspension, front and back is just perfect. It's super plush. I'm not as tired whenever I ride just compared to my old bike, and I'm more planted. I can tighten up the front end just a little bit, make it a little bit harder for my weight. But Rui from our Moto, he did a really good job. He put in the, like I mentioned before, the K-Tech kit for the front end. But second favorite thing is just how luggable this bike is. It just tractors up hills. I feel like I don't have to try as hard. It just finds traction and it goes the whole way up. On my old bike, I feel like I was trying to find that sweet spot, trying to find traction, revving it out. But this thing, it's just easier to ride all around. Another thing is I'm always in 3rd gear. I find myself in 3rd gear very often, even from just like 0. I can start from 3rd gear, hop over logs. So the gearing is really good. If I really want to, I can mess with that front sprocket, maybe even the rear, put a couple teeth on it, or something like that. But anyways, so hope you guys like it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.